If you want to be a part of my video, you could just say you can be a part of my video.
I'm too rich to be part of your video.
Oh. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hello, guys.
You could just, yep. You could just, do you want to be a part of my video?
Yeah, she just wants me to be a part of her video. Just like my YouTube.
No, you can just say you want to be a part of my video.
She wants me to be a part of her video.
No, I don't. But you keep on coming in here.
Damn, I got so much stuff.
Yeah, you won't leave. I'm trying to do this video.
Damn it.
I'm trying to do my video.
Go on. Hurry up.
You gotta leave though.
I had to call Nick back.
Do you want to be a part of this video?
Sure, Angelique.
Oh, okay.
You want to hear about the bullshit?
You want to be a part of the video too?
What are we talking about?
Because I'm trying to do this video and everyone keeps on coming in here. Do you want to be part of the video? I'm asking everyone. Y'all want to be a part of my video today?
My other phone.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Please excuse everything. But it's because I'm at my mom's house and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have enough time to film this at my my own house in the comfort of my own home. So I was like, you know what? Just do it. And I said, if I do it over there, I'm going to be interrupted because I have no other place to film it. And Why? Why? I just want to do the video.
Hello, America. Hello, non-Americans. Hello, Caribbean. Hello, Latinas, Latinx. We getting cut watered out.
I just want to do this video.
I'm not.
Okay, no. Okay, I gotta do this video. Just get out. I'm gonna beat you up. So I'm doing a blind reaction on the video that I posted about that technician, that white technician, that what'd she do? She corrected Chris McDread, and I was like, as soon as I saw that video, I was like, I was gonna make the video about lock styling, like with our features and symmetrical look, stuff like that. And then I saw that video and I was like, we have to talk about it immediately. So what I'm gonna do, this is a blind reaction, and I didn't watch it yet. I did because I wanted to break down both videos so that it was important to have some context, right? Because you can't just react to the first thing you see and then just go with it, right? So I'm gonna break down each video first before actually I'm gonna kind of do commentary like I did that in that last video.
Your background look like shit.
I
You should do it right like that, and like and move closer that way.
The thing
is, you could crop that part out.
No, the thing is, I don't care.
I do.
I know, but this ain't yours. So
you got this fucking weave. I know
that's what they're gonna focus on too. I understand that, but I really don't care. So, I'm in Boston still. So, I'm sorry. So, there was a video that went viral, and there was a white loctician disregarding the advice of a black loctician. So, I wanted to put my input on that video, and let me lock my door. My sister's coming again. So, I ended up I'm ignoring her. No.
Let's get started.
I'm gonna do a blind reaction to both videos because I didn't watch them specifically so that I can, get a real reaction to it. So I'm gonna play Chris McDread, have my opinion, and then see what she said, and then that's how I'm gonna do it.
You should have two locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist, and the guy who's actually a loctician who's gonna lock your hair by crocheting it.
So honestly, that was the first time I ever heard anybody say that, because in my opinion, a master loctician kind of handles all lock services. That's a master at, locks. But, to each his own. But when he said to have 2 of them, that's understandable. If someone can only style your hair and then another one can only repair or crochet your hair, that's understandable. Yes, you can have 2 locticians. For instance, I have clients who would start their locks with me, and then I never see them again because they probably have someone in their family that can actually retwist for free. So that's why you can have 2 locticians. So that's understandable.
Important. Sometimes your retwistician, your stylist, and they do amazing styles and amazing.
I'm pretty sure when we locticians actually have our own separate platform, we try to create our own category of a certain, class of locticians. So with me, I did master loctician, lock stylist, and I did a freelancer loctician, and I did what else? No, I did 4 of those. So those are my things. So there's a difference between just a lock stylist and a master loctician. Like I said, there's just tiers of stuff. There could even be someone who only knows how to repair, and that is the whatever he said, retwistation. See, that's his thing. So retwisted lock.
But they really don't serve your hair properly in terms of protecting it from breakage. So you need another loctician who you can go 3-4 times a year to crochet your whole lock, because it's not supposed to be done all the time.
He's still talking about the separate tiers of people to do your hair. So my thing is, the one reason why I became a master loctician is because I wanted to service like that one client throughout their whole lock journey. So I know the ins and outs. I know their hair texture. I know how to repair their hair because I was the one who did it. I can start their hair over and do a different type of install and tell them about their hair. So for me, that's why I prefer just one person in my hair, because that's how your hair, the consistency of the hair is much better when you are with one person compared to 2 different people with 2 different techniques. So again, to each his own. I just rather just me do your hair rather than everybody else, compared to all this extra fingers in your hair. But people have a preference, so can't argue with that.
Crocheted and then continue with your stylist. Does it make sense? I was thinking about it and I was like, that's actually a good idea.
So when he said that, that was his idea. Yeah, that's his idea, and you could agree with it or not. That's why I'm making a different video on my opinion on it. So yeah, you can tell me what you think about his approach to this whole thing, which is, it's understandable. If you have the expertise or you don't, that's why clients choose who they want. So yeah, let me know what you think about his version, and then let's watch her version. And I actually want to be clear with everyone. I actually learned from Chris McDread when he first started out years ago, like before 2008 on YouTube. And I actually learned crocheting through him before he actually just continued how he continues now. It was much different back then, but it was literally the same thing he does for a living. So I learned from him, and that's why I agree with a lot of things that he actually does. That I want, just for context, guys, say, not hating right now, is you have to look at the condition of someone's hair to also take advice from them, because you want, like, if they look like they're taking care of their hair, yes. If they look like they have tons and tons of clients that have great hair, yes, just look at the condition of someone's hair, and that's how you could also make a judgment. For me, that's why I'm always picking Lynn through my videos, but just know that the condition, I have to take care of my hair all the time, and I tell y'all guys to take care of your hair. So that's why I'm like, okay, we agree, disagree with Chris McDread, why or not, but I agree with most of what he said. So now let's move on to her.
You should have 2 locticians. One, a retwist expert and a stylist.
This is misinformation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Now, when I first saw that, like, that's how I got the video. I saw it like that, and when she said it right there, my face was like, oh, what? because I paused it after she said that. I didn't even hear the rest. And I was like, ah! Okay. So yes, when she appeared on the screen, I was like, what? Okay.
Having too many hands in your head is never good. You
So as we went through my reaction, I agreed with that, right? Yes.
want the same person doing the same thing every time, or else you're going to have inconsistencies in your lock.
So when she said that, before just knowing who she is, I didn't go through her profile or anything. I'm thinking what she's saying, the same thing as in if you have crocheted, then that person who did the crochet should stay with the crochet. If you did retwisting, the person should be retwisting your hair. I'm not sure about the, the other, like lock color. Yeah. If you, had that person doing color, I would say continue with the same thing, but let's see what she probably really means with that.
If you need crochet and your loctician doesn't do crochet, find a new loctician. Crocheting 3 to 4 times a year, that's very unhealthy. I don't know why he would say that. No more than 2 times a year.
That one, I was like, do you mean crochet as in repair, or do you mean the crochet as in your hair getting crocheted from the roots to look neater? And that could be because I see her hair and I immediately thought 2 times a year, that's what you're doing to your hair. So hopefully she's going to clarify this, because I don't agree with that. Damn, it's getting dark out here. I also wanted to clarify that look at how the way she says that, while she says 3 to 4 times a year, because I did some research after, and I found out that she took his class. Now, when she was doing that scratch at the 3 to 4 times a year, she's like, I don't 3 to 4 times a year, that's unhealthy or whatever she said. Now, when people do that, I listen, I people watch a lot, but sometimes when people are liars, they do anything at the time of lying, or even, feeling uncomfortable with what they're saying because they're disregarding hearing it from somewhere else, right? And they want to make their own narrative on something that is not true. So when she did that at the time of disagreeing with Chris McDread, that's why I was like, I immediately felt something was wrong, because like I said, when we learn by ourselves and learn from other places, we group up what we learn to make our own thing, right? And she's taking information from from somewhere, and I just was like, because later on I found out that she took his class, and I was like, girl, why are you doing that?
No more. Anything else is just creating damage.
Now, the one thing that sucks about America is that we're so divided that we just can't clarify anything. Right there, as a white loctician, I would have been like, because I do white hair, or because I have multiple different clients, this is what I learned. It would have been different like that, but technically she has labeled herself as a lock specialist. And when I scrolled through her profile to see if that's what she was, and she was. So I don't remember. I seen a lot of straight hair, but also it was a lot of curly hair too. So, whatever she takes is whatever she takes. But I would have clarified right there for someone who hasn't seen me before to be like, what am I talking about specifically? But she already created the first problem, correcting a black man who has locks. And then, did y'all saw her locks, right? When if you had your full grown out hair, and mind, okay, no, I know someone's going to be in the comments saying this, but this isn't my, these are lock extensions. Yeah, okay, but they match me. Okay. So she has the white version of locks. They call it the Grinch fingers. They call it whatever else. They call it dreads. They call it things like that to clarify the difference between our hair texture compared to their texture. And that's why I said she should have told people, because I do this texture. I also felt, you know, they say white women are very brave. You know, they pick up all the crazy animals on the street. And I was like, yeah, they really are brave. They're brave for a lot of other things too. But I was like, you know, she was so brave to correct a whole black man who has locks with those type of locks. They weren't even growing from her head. They were extensions. And oh my God.
If we're doing a big crochet session, I don't want to see you once a year. I want to see you throughout the month so that I can make.
Okay, what? Yeah, where? See, now I'm confused. Hold on. And you want to see them throughout the month? Like, how many times a month? And that would be understandable if you're dealing with, you know, straight white hair. Oh my gosh. Straight hair. I'm sorry. Straight hair. You know, because their hair frizzes up more. The looser texture you have, the more you got a lot of frizz. And I hope that's probably what she means. Probably. I'm not sure. So throughout the month is crazy, and then to have
the crochet is good. That's thickening. It's holding well. It's not unraveling. If I see you once a year, I'm never going to be able to get you where you need to be.
Yeah, I agree with the last statement. Seeing you once a year is not going to help me, you know, manage your journey. I do have a client who does that, but we have gotten up to every 6 months. And I think, yeah, he's due. He's soon. You hear me? Yeah, you're due soon. But, yeah, I agree with that.
Find you one good loctician that can crochet, that can give you a retie if you need a retie, and that can do regular maintenance and styles.
Okay, so I agree with that. That's why I'm like master loctician. That's understandable to just label it like that. And again, after everything she was saying, I was confused. I was still confused on the crochet, and I'm not. I just don't understand what she's saying. And sometimes when I'm too confused, I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave it. If I can't, you know, simplify it, I'm not gonna worry about it. So that's why when I do my naming of the locticians in my So You Want to Be a Loctician book, I label it very simply, you know, so that it's easy to understand who is who. And the most I would also say is if you are a certain type of loctician, if you only do crochet, if you only do repair, if you only do lock styling, you should label yourself as is. So lock stylist. I think it's lock repair specialist. And then to me, master loctician is right there. There's also a few other ones. There's loctician. So loctician, I would say, if it has the ring to, you know, it can do anything they want with your hair, and they create magic. So that's in the master loctician, you know, type of, you know, tier. But yeah, if you label it a certain way, it's gonna feel that certain way to you. But honestly, over here at the Locked and Pretty Academy, I made it just very basic so that we don't have to have this type of argument.
Don't listen to the propaganda.
It's hard to not listen to the propaganda, but okay. So in conclusion, you know, there's a reason she deleted her video. And I was so glad I recorded, because I knew she was going to delete it. And I was like, I needed that for the Lock Talk. And she deleted it. At the time, I was going to actually go through it. That's why I had to change my perspective on everything. But I definitely got the video. I was able to, you know, give my thoughts. And yeah, as to, you know, everything being black and white like it usually is, I will just insert in this story. I used to have a hard time actually getting white girls to do their hair because, of course, I'm black. And, you know, they were very weird back then. And, you know, I had a hard time in the beginning of my cosmetology, like, career. And the thing is, that's all they teach to you in beauty school. And so, yeah, so that was my take on that. And I started to when I was in a class, it was a blonding class, and of course I think I was with one more black girl, And there's, ooh, there's a dog off the leash. And of course, we know who's, I'm in the hood right now. I'm in Dorchester. And her dog is really big. That scared me for a second. And yeah, they're gentrifying over here too. So, oh, look what's happening. So the thing is, when it comes, that's what, oh, sorry. I lost train of thought. So he said, I asked him, and I was, like I said, I was with another girl and all these white girls around. And this is what he said when I asked this question. I said, how can I, and I pointed at me because I know he knew what I meant when I said, how can I get clientele through this? And he was real with what he said. And I hate that we label it real. No, he's just talking, telling me the truth. He said to me, and I think that changed my perspective, and that's what changed everything. I said, how can I get clientele with this? And he said, I'm sorry, but you have to look the part. You have to look like them to get this type of, this, promote this hairstyle and get clients easily. And I was like, thank you. Because at that time, it was hard. It was so hard, no matter how much talent you had for a certain hair texture, because you're only taught that hair texture, you still need to kind of look, like you're like a comfortable thing for them at that time. At the time, it's different now, trust me. So, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna only really do locks, and that's what really got me into just not really caring about other people's hair. So that's what led me on a journey to only know about black hair now, because I thought, knowing multiple textures would be easier. You can get a lot of different people. And at the time, it was not like that. People were racist back then still. Back then, oh my God. They were, and I'm in Boston. So the Boston racism. And even, I'll tell you one last thing before I'm off topic now. But I remember I was doing this lady's hair, right? White girl. But this was like literally last year. So it's been better, like I said. And he said, I was doing her hair for something, either a wedding or just a late night something. And her husband answered the phone call. And he saw me like fully there, right? And he's like, he didn't even like say hi to her or anything. He saw me and was like, oh, how did that happen? And I was like, because you would think that, because I'm doing her hair, she's probably was like, oh, I got a hairstylist doing my hair, right? And he looked at it, typical Boston guy. And you know how Boston guys are. So when he said, oh, how did that happen? I'm like, okay, it's okay. How would this happen? Because people weren't open. And so now that they are open a lot more, and we're actually I don't even know if it's better or worse at the same exact time. I don't even know. But in the world of beauty, now people are getting more comfortable with each other, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that was that was my intake. And I just want to let that loctician know that if you need to clarify on the internet, okay, clarify. Just clarify and you should be good. Because if not, you'll have to end up deleting the video and regret what you say. Okay? So on that, I hope y'all enjoyed this crazy, chaotic video. I will see you in the next one. And it will be about the original video. I can't. But y'all guys have a good night. And let me know your thoughts.